Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the 3-year anniversary of Battlefield 2042 becoming available for early access. Otherwise known as maybe one of the worst days in modern gaming history. In today's video, we're going to briefly revisit the absolute roller coaster that was Battlefield 2042, and I'm going to touch on some very important things moving forward for the Battlefield community and how people should really think about going into the next Battlefield, because I have highlighted the delusion of the Battlefield community many times, and recently I've seen just a little too many Reddit posts saying, I don't really understand the hate for 2042, what's wrong with the game? Well, we're gonna remember that in this video. So buckle in, I'm sure this video will be a bumpy ride for a lot of you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's reminisce, shall we? Or perhaps let's dive into some nightmarish stuff. We can't talk about Battlefield 2042, or particularly the beginning of Battlefield 2042, without touching on the trailer. The trailer of Battlefield 2042 was extremely well executed, and unfortunately, because the Battlefield trailer team has single-handedly carried this entire franchise for the better part of 8 years to a decade, people still believed that a good trailer meant that the game might be good, which is of course wrong. Some of you might remember the nostalgia bait from the Battlefield 2042 trailer where the pilot rendezvoused another jet. If you don't know what that is, it's basically jumping out of a jet with an RPG that was popularized by many people in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, and that was seen from the community's perspective as a appeal to their nostalgia. It was seen as, oh, DICE understands us, they rendezvoused in the trailer, no way, whoa, like people soyed over it, just straight up soyed. There are videos on the internet of people crying over that moment. I am actually not kidding. And that is the problem, because for whatever reason, people forgot about Battlefield 5's absolutely horrendous lifespan way too quickly, and they allowed themselves to get fooled by DICE's marketing, which is the trailer, once again. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I am here. I'm here to remind you about everything. I don't forget easily because, well, I lived through all of these terrible, awful experiences, and I will never forget them. Swing around to when the beta came out, a lot of people were actually hard coping, like really deep in the copium. I remember streaming the Battlefield 2042 beta for a couple days, and I was streaming to an audience of over 1,300 people, and a lot of people were new viewers. And I remember one person asked me what I thought about the beta, and I told him straight up, this game is absolute dog shit. You should refund your pre-order. You should absolutely not buy this game. And I remember the wall of first-time chatters. If you don't know what a first-time chatter is, if someone sends a message for the first time in my Twitch chat, it highlights their name. I can literally see that this is the first time that they've ever typed. So upon me telling everyone in my channel that this game was awful and that they should refrain from buying it, I was immediately told that I was just complaining. I was immediately told that, oh, this is an old build, Enders. Don't worry, DICE has everything under control. And it wasn't just a few people typing things like this. It was hundreds. Hundreds of people were trying to tell me, no, Enders, you're just complaining about nothing. It'll be fine. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I was right. Yet again, by the way. Battlefield 2042 released, and it's the consensus worst Battlefield game of all time. Even to this day, by the way, I'm not talking about release. It's still the worst Battlefield game ever made right now, in its current state. Least amount of content ever, lowest quality ever, mouse input still broken, worst vehicle design of all time, inconsistent hit registration, specialists are still in the game, Hazard Zone was a complete and utter waste of money, the likes of which I can't even describe. Portal sounded cool, but fast forward to reality and Portal is filled with completely unplayable drivel that the Battlefield community has created because the Battlefield community cannot be trusted with unlimited customization options when it comes to making the game, and Portal is solid evidence of that. And I could go on and on and on, but for some reason, people are already forgetting how poor Battlefield 2042 really is in the grand scheme of things. So allow me to remind you, at one point in Battlefield 2042's lifetime, a single Battlefield 1 DLC outnumbered the amount of maps Battlefield 2042 received. Do you understand that? Let me reiterate. One BF1 DLC was equal to the full amount of content Battlefield 2042 received at one point. In fact, it might still equal the amount of content Battlefield 2042 received. And if you're wondering, no, you having fun with Battlefield 2042 does not make that acceptable. This is the thing that drives me crazy. People think that just because they might have fun with Battlefield 2042 or that they paid $3 for it on G2A, that makes the game being awful okay in their eyes. No, stop lowering standards. The standards of the Battlefield community are not even quantifiable. They're so far in hell, I can't even see them anymore. It's like they're at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And here I am, catching shit for like 6 years, trying to heave these horrible standards up from the abyss that they're currently in. And I will never stop fighting that fight, all right? You can complain in my comment section all you want. Anders is just complaining, oh man, the game's not that bad. Yes, it is. You're delusional. So for the non-delusional people that know exactly what Battlefield 2042 is, relative to the other Battlefield games, which is the worst game ever, this is what I hope all of you learned, okay? You can't take anything EA or DICE says seriously whatsoever, okay? Disregard everything they're saying. At this moment in time, the only thing they can possibly do to win their community back is have results. Do not be fooled by marketing such as trailers. Yes, the Battlefield trailer team is absolutely phenomenal. They carry the franchise. They're going to make the game look good. It is a facade. You don't know how the game is. You've never played the game. You've never seen gameplay. So the reality is completely ignore every single trailer you see. Do not get marketed. Do not pre-order the next Battlefield game. Ideally, we should hear from sources later on that their pre-order numbers are down like over 50%. That would be ideal. That would show me that the Battlefield community had a massive wake-up call with 2042. Because remember this, guys, EA actually released Battlefield 2042 to you, and they charged you money to play it. Remember that. They charged you money to play the release version of Battlefield 2042. They do not care about you. They care about your money, okay? That's all it's ever been. So make them work for your money. Make them earn your money. Play the game via like free source or whatever, open beta. Make your decision then and there. Listen to some trusted content creators that you watch, that you trust their opinions and you believe they're honest. Because with this next Battlefield game, if they don't get it right, there might not be another Battlefield game. It would be 3 strikes and you're out. BF5, 2042, Next Battlefield game, if it's bad, fucking, right? Dead. And so far, the news regarding the next Battlefield game in very early stages has been extremely mixed. On one hand, we had Marcus Leto leave the studio, and then EA shut down his entire studio without him expecting they would do that. Then Marcus Leto tweeted he has nothing nice to say about EA, and he contemplated retirement. But on the other hand, just recently, EA and DICE confirmed the next Battlefield game is in fact modern, which at bare minimum confirms that they're taking the right general direction with the next Battlefield game, okay? Very broad, very vague, and like I said, the news so far on the next Battlefield game is mixed. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Just a friendly reminder that Battlefield 2042 is still a completely unacceptable piece of garbage that you should not defend in any way, shape, or form, and you should force EA to win you over with the next title. Do not pre-order. Do not get fooled by trailers. Please don't do that. Thank you for watching, and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. I love it. Mwah!
Around 60 meters from my position. Careful at the marker. Marking enemy tank. Hostile vehicle spotted. 250 meters away. Hostile vehicle located.